All right, first shot for the Thunder, and obviously they got blitzed off the rip. Spurs were just playing off the hype. So let's see what went wrong for the Thunder. Right here, one of their patented actions. Quick stack out. But he's got Fox beat, so he's not even allowing this to transpire, so they just kind of end up running into each other's lines. I'm not even sure what happened here. Maybe he was pressing up on the rock and got burned for it. But now you got him behind. Now he's going to stop, reroute. He's going to show for a split second on the leg. Because AJ has him beat. And now he's looking at shit. Because maybe he thinks he's going to just switch that and have Fox peel onto Shet. But maybe even just Wemby's presence here deters him from even getting to this pocket. So he's going to stop right here. He gets to recover. He fans back out. Try and attack a mini closeout. Get to your spot. And get blocked. So it's either because he saw this and expected maybe a peel. Maybe he's looking for that pop. Or maybe he saw Wemby and Vassell. So he really didn't want to continue driving down the lane. Even here, they've been pulling off the strong corner. Potential line there if he gets to that pocket. But he does seem a little bit indecisive here. Down 5-0 quick. 15 on the clock. Obviously, he wants to look for Shai. Stephon, he's just going to hold. No freedom of movement. You're not getting the rock. So now he's got a vacate and he's looking to attack Fox on his clear side. So what is Wemby going to do? He's obviously going to make that low rotation. Yeah, he does look it off because he realizes we can't get into anything. Let me just fry him. And even what is Wemby going to do? Communicate it. Yo, crack him. I'm there. Oh, he gets it poked away anyway. And then Wemby just rushes that. But AJ has been struggling against the Spurs guards. This is all Fox here. Slides with him. Give me that quick poke. Because there's no weak links on this team. You can't just bring one of them up into the action, get a switch, and think you can fry him. There's no Luke. There's no Austin. None of them are barbecue chicken. I think that's why he's been struggling. Now it's 7-0, 13 on the clock. Look at the way they're bodying up. He's going to pull off. He's not really bodying up, but he's ready. You can see a backside transpiring to get AJ to his strong hand. Right here, what is Stephon going to do? Stay attached, hold him, no movement. Even here, Vassell, he's staying attached, so he's not looking to switch. Fox wasn't really body to body, so he kind of gets burned here. Forced to cheat, can't get under. Wemby should be giving him that gap so he can shoot it and meet AJ. Forced to skinny over, push dribble, gets your spot, quick flow. Again, AJ just doesn't look comfortable. So he was indecisive on the first possession. The second possession, he realized I got to attack on the clear side because I can't get Shai the rock. They can't get to their guard to guard, small to small, whatever you want to call it. And right here, he beats Fox again. Quick push dribble. Stephon isn't even really looking to stunt. He's staying body to body. So he has an opportunity, and even here, as Hartenstein releases, Wemby doesn't really commit. He's looking to stab at it, play two as he always does, so he can take away this roll line. And here, good job by Shet. He's actually going to lift, take away that second help. So if Wemby does help, then Hartenstein would be open for the O board. Right here, push dribble, catches it in rhythm, kind of rushes it. And even here, Wemby doesn't even really contest because he's concerned about this O board. So now it's 10-0. They're going to that stack out. And they finally get Shai the rock. But even here, look how far out he's got to catch it. Just because of Stephon's denial. Now he's damn near at the 47. 16 on the clock, that's not bad. Guard to guard. Nope, he's going to reject it. You can see Vassell doing what they've been doing all series, just plugging the gaps. He's pulling off high, ready to stunt. But now he beats Stefan. Fox is behind the play, so he can't switch or anything. And right here, he's going to release, and he's obviously looking for the Gortat. So now Shai just has to allow it to transpire. Get that. How did Wemby even get over that? Because Shai does the right thing. He's got Stefan behind him. He could definitely hostage and allow him to get a good seal, but right here, instead of facing Wemby, Hart tries to do a seal with his back. So that allows Wemby to swim around it. So he actually doesn't get sealed. So on his gather, yeah, you can see he can get his right foot over, or his right leg. He tries to go for the inside finish, which he's supposed to do, but I think Wemby gets a piece of it. So maybe not the best Gortat. And even here, Champagne's going to stay low. And Lou does the right thing. He actually checks. So he checks his blind spot real quick. But now that's when Lou goes. So now you've got this spray line on the lift. And I'm glad that Champagne actually stayed and pulled in. Because I think, well, I assume he probably knows that this Gortat's happening. So he's got to be there to plug this lane. Because if he just follows and tries to take away that spray line, now Shai's got that drive line. Because even though Wemby's there, you can't guarantee that he would have been there. So it's a good thing that he's there to plug that. And he might have, yeah, he does. That little stunt forces Shai to pick up early and adjust. So right here, now he's got an extra defender that if he were to follow, he wouldn't have had to pick up this early. It's one dribble, high pickup, and now he's got to go off the left. It's a little more awkward. So good job by Champagne, because you want to give this spray line to Lou rather than give this drive line to Shai. But he gets a tap out because Wemby ends up committing to the ball. So now he's open for the O board. Vassell obviously doesn't put a body because he was just stunting. And I don't even know if he expected Wemby to actually make that. Now I think they reverse the rock, get it to that weak side. Got a little closeout to attack. He's looking for a post up, but you don't vacate, so it's a turnover. And I don't even know why he's looking to post up Champagne, because he hasn't shown he can do that. That's not an advantage for the Thunder. So it doesn't even make sense. He should just vacate here. Because now he tries to attack the closeout. He might have beat him too, but he's forced to pick up here because you didn't vacate. So Champagne's already there naturally. Tries to split, but now he's stuck. Has to let go of the rock. Spacing issue even here. He sees him driving. He tries to backdoor. It's just all late. Did I get a tray off this, I think? No, they get a lay. So Shai's going to bring the rock up. 12 on the clock. Quick drag. So he's obviously behind. He probably got clipped. I believe Wemby was in a drop. And even here you can see, instead of just following AJ on his drift, Fox is going to stay, provide help at the nail, show him a crowd. And then right here, good job by Wemby. Before you get back to your man, try and help Stefan by giving him a quick stab at the rock, that little stunt, because now he's forced to pull his dribble back, and now Stefan can get back in front. Gets a block, but right here, yeah, there's definitely no Gortat, because unless Shai had Stefan on his hip right here and cut off his line and force Stefan to be on his hip on his left side and allow that roll line to then create a seal for the Gortat for him to go to the right, there's no way Shai can even get there. So there's really no reason to look for that Gortat. But right here, Shai actually does the right thing. This man's kind of ball washing. Good senses by Vassell. He's going to vacate, cut through and empty out, and give this drift to AJ because Fox is going to help with a nail. And Fox doesn't even realize it, so he had to actually make this spray. But he decides to pull. with Castle there. Not sure why. They score off this? I think they do, right? Quick throw ahead, yeah. What happened here? We were looking for a charge. No, you're sliding. Reverse back up top. Now they're going really stupid. So he had to close out. He ran to him. He doesn't follow. Or yeah. So 4 pretty much collapsed here. Now they're down 15, 7 on the clock. Nothing's happened. He's got to come to the rock. He's looking to flash. Look at that denial. No easy catches. Gets the deflection. Kind of flails. So he recovers the rock, but now the spacing's off. Vassell's just going to show right here. Allows Stefan to recover. No, he can't. So you just take ball. You take him. And even here, Champagny. Look at the way they just load up. So Vassell's just going to take the rock. Champagny doing what they've been doing in the gaps. Heavy in the gaps. Pulling off the corner. They haven't cared about strong or weak corners, honestly. Especially strong. That's why Caruso's been eating. So now you actually give up this backdoor. But Wemby, what does Wemby do? Instead of just staying attached to his man, he checks. So he says, all right, I can see you here. And he's just going to help load to the ball. And what he actually does here is play 2. So now if Shai were to hit this, he can block it. All Luke can do is either take a midi right there, hope it doesn't get blocked, or he's got to Nash around. So Shai actually makes the right read. Doesn't perfectly split the difference. But the issue here is, even though he has 4 and he makes the right read, he throws it behind him. So now it's not a clean catch. He's got to adjust. By the time it's in his shot pocket, Wemby's already there to close the distance. Get a block. And the only issue with this sequence, they couldn't get possession in time before the, about 0.2 off. If Fox could get that, if he didn't fall and he had to go over Hartenstein, and Stefan could retrieve that, quick throw ahead, another run out because you've got this cross match. Now down 15, they need a bucket bad, but even here he's trying to push the rock. You can see they're all back already. Jam them. Now he gets to get back to the ball. That's a really bad bite. Float. That's really bad by Stefan. Because you're closing out, you're sticking up, and then you bite on that against Lou. Because the way he's closing out is actually right. I don't know if he had to get this close. Definitely could gap him. Because he is opening up the right way. KYP, you know he wants to attack closeouts going left. So Stefan is in a great position here. But then he bites. It's Lou. And now as soon as you bite, he's forced to engage. And obviously he's going to look for the pass. Now that's a floating rhythm right at the elbow. We got Caruso. He's pushing. Again, they're trying to get some quick buckets. Wemby's already back. That's crazy. He's telling Jew to take him. Yo, take him. Unnecessary midi. So Champagny sees that Wemby's there. Expects, alright, you take him, I'll take Zay? Why would you not just stay with the rock? And by the time Zay gets here, Wemby will just match up. Not sure. And even here, Wemby's telling him, yo, what are you doing? I'm just here for support. Take the rock, but he's not even aware of this communication right here. So all he sees is Zay. He's still trying to communicate, yo, take the rock. Let me take Zay. It's fine. You're concerned about putting a body. And I guess Champagny just thinks Vic is taking the rock at this point. And he's still trying to communicate. Yeah, so Stefan, really bad closeout. Even though he did everything right, it was the bite. And then right here, lack of communication. Well, not lack of communication, lack of hearing on Champagne's part. Can't recall what happened here, honestly. But they're obviously in rotation. Pretty hugged here. Quick pull. Long bounce. That's pretty unfortunate. Because Keldon does the right thing. He's looking to clean glass. They all are, actually. It falls right to him. And now you're all flying naturally. You attack the closeout in the scramble. Get your spot. C3. Quick spray. That's pretty unlucky. Because they didn't necessarily do the right thing. I mean, the wrong thing. The rock just unfortunately fell right back to McCain. Quick pitch. He closes. He collapses 3. And I think Vassell was looking to leak out. Yeah, he was. So if they get that, he's leaking out. 21-4 and another run out. But now this happens. He's playing 2 here. By the time he sees it, he doesn't even actually see it. Yeah, now he takes kind of a wide angle. Late close. 12-point game. He's stuck. I think he went hunting. Can't remember which switch he got. Because I can see Cornet matched up with Queso. So maybe the Spurs were still doing the same thing where they were signing a guard onto Jay Will because, again, they know that the Thunder use him as the hub for their screening actions when he's out there. So to avoid him being in the actions, they want to keep him as low man and keep him on, quote-unquote, a non-shooter. And then their guards can just switch 1 through 4 to blow up everything. And here he's going to plug. They're just full on firing here. Stuck, gets it out, 1 dribble. Soft bounce. I don't even know if Stephon had to full on just fire here. I mean, they almost get a turnover. But Shai's pretty contained here. I don't know. Kind of gambles. Wide. Fly by. Because they get burned for it. I mean, it's not the worst. Because it did almost result in a turnover. So Queso probably brought the rock up. Just so Shai doesn't have to bring it up against pressure. And that was what the Spurs were doing. So again, they're still assigning their guards onto Jay Will, which in this case, it's going to be Keldon. So now if the Thunder want to get some screening actions with Cornet, Caruso has to do it, which is fine. He's been doing it all series. He actually flips that. And Stephon actually reads it. Because he checks his blind spot right here, sees, oh, he's not there, so he's obviously looking to flip. Still gets clipped, comes off, snake, mid. The pop is fine too. I thought he had a midi though. Because he came off really clean. Alright, so great flip here by Caruso. Stephon actually reads it. That's very impressive. He tries to skinny over. But he can't, he gets clipped. He's trying to stay attached to, and really good angle by Shai to come off really tight. So now you've got him isolated, and Cornet, he's out of position here. So now he's very susceptible to this snake. And I think he just tried to point switch. Yeah, he does try to point switch. But Stephon might not be registering it. Maybe he doesn't want to, not sure. Because he obviously commits to the rock. So now Shai comes off, he checks, sees that he's behind. He's got him isolated. Quick snake. So quick push dribble on a snake. He actually checks his blind spot again. And sees Stephon committed to him. And maybe that's why he doesn't pull. Because it looks like he has a great look here. Great elevation. Cornet's actually really beat. He's stuck in mud. But maybe he sees him committing. And maybe this works out. So maybe he didn't have to point switch. Because if he just point switches, that's a raise up for Shai. And that's probably 2. But this is also a dangerous shot to give up. Because he's been on a heater. Especially on the pops or in the strong corner. Same matchups, kind of a cross match here, 15 on the clock, but this doesn't really matter. He'll be on one of the 4 guards regardless because they just want to keep him low. Crazy jersey hold right here. Right in front of the ref too. So now again, Vassell, deny. Backdoor, so now he beats him, he point switches, let's see what happens. So right here, he tries to deny, so he jukes him, gets the backdoor. And again, they're creating a situation where he's always in the strong corner. So he really can't do anything here, but he's actually doing the right thing. He's communicating the peel. You take corner, I'll take ball here. So now you can stay low, man, stay attached, stay at home. But they both collapse. He doesn't peel. Wide closeout. And then they get a 50-50. Maybe he sees it late because he point switches pretty early here. So there was enough time for him to just peel off onto McCain. And here, Dylan Harp obviously can't see the point switch. So he's thinking, I'm low, man, I gotta help here. So you actually had this drop off. But alright, he helps. I mean, he's pretty strong. Harp tries to put a body, but he can't really. Tap out, 50-50. Oh, Kellen was helping clean glass. Again, that's unlucky because that's twice where he's done the right thing. But now his man is wide open and it's pretty much a trail trade because he was going to get back on defense. But now he's able to just step into that, and he loves this shot. Up top, trail trays, flyby, resurface, and that's twice now where the Thunder have gotten crucial trays off all boards. Now it's a single-digit game. They've cut the lead in half, essentially. Quick drag, break pressure, clip him. Now he's in this really deep drop. He's isolated here. And now he's going to low to the ball, obviously. Help at the nail, but now you give up another trail tray. And this is exactly the shot he wants. Anywhere up top or at the slot where he's trailing and he's stepping into this, that's butter. And so I know Kellen's doing the right thing here because you have to plug this. If he's coming off and snaking and has Cornet isolated, he can get all the way to the rim. And now you're in rotation because now the low man's got to pull in. The Harp's got to play too here on snipers. So I think Keldon's in a really tough situation because you just have to plug this gap. And then you either rotate, you stun fall. I think he does. Yeah, he does. And then he can't cover in time. But now you're giving 2 to J. Will in rhythm. So now we've pretty much got the entire second unit besides Shet. And again, they're still going to keep Cornet assigned to Caruso, keep him low, even though they've got double bigs and J. Will and Shet. So they really did not want him in the actions, but I get it. Because you can push the fawn on Shet, switch everything if he tries to be the screener. Shet hasn't proven he can bully any of the guards, so. Drag in and out. Nothing, and great job here by Dill Hart. Jam him. Yeah, force him wide, or far out, I should say. Now he's got to get off, one pass away, split. This is why the Thunder are dangerous. They've got multiple players that can attack closeouts and get the spots. They're not limited on the floor. He's not limited to threes and lays. Him, Shai, Dub, Lou at times, Caruso at times, Shit at times, Queso at times, AJ Mitchell. They can get to twos and threes. And then right here, just the confidence. I think this is his first touch too. Catch. Spacing's off. Push dribble to split. Great job here to communicate. He's doing what Wemby always does. His man lifts. Your man is emptying to the corner. On a little exchange, you stay high, I stay low. But there's really nothing they can do because he's getting to that pocket. That's why you need middies in the playoffs. He loves these jumpers right at the nail too, especially going left. Quick pitch. Wemby's back in. 14. Probably just a cross match. He's actually going to look to attack him. Sets a snug screen. That was actually really smart by Shet. So he pitches. He's going to slip. Now he gets to attack. And right here in the lane, he's just going to set a flat, snug screen. Wemby doesn't see it. Harp is able to at least switch that. Has antennas up. It's a pretty good contest. 18 on the clock. Some more cross matches. Fox on Shet. Wemby on Queso. Of course, he's not going to attack that. Swing it to the slot. Yeah, so Keldon actually does the right thing here. He's looking to scram this, so he wants Fox to switch onto AJ. He'll just take Shet so that there's not a mismatch. But then, of course, J-Will reads that. He sees the scram going on because I think right now he's looking, can I find this lob? No, he can't because Keldon's pulled in as a low man because he's looking to scram it. So when he reads that, you want to scram? Cool, I'll just fire it. Right in his shot pocket, too. AJ just misses, so the Spurs dodge is a really good look. I don't even know if he's ready for it. Wow, that's still in rhythm. But this is why it's dangerous to just scram. Because he's just a bit late. But they have to scram. Maybe. But let's think. Wemby obviously can't help because he's on the strong side. But Keldon can still help deny the pass over top. Let's say Chet were to try to seal for a lob. It's not like he's that much bigger than Fox in terms of weight. And again, he hasn't proven if he can use his size advantage. And Keldon would be there, so you would still be giving up this look regardless, I guess, because if he pulls in to help deny this, pass over top on a seal or a lob, I guess that would still be there. 17 on the clock, 27-20, so they've pretty much stabilized the game at this point. It's all about execution. Momentum's gone. It's pretty even. Try to attack. Wemmy's there to show. Playing off Shet's body crazy. Stick up, stick up. And I think Shet wanted to attack his lead, but he couldn't because you can see Carter Bryant. He's plugging. And right here, I don't know if Queso would be able to vacate in time after that driving kick. So he would just run into a crowd. It's nice force to attack the side of two. But it's hard now because Wemby doesn't have to open up. He can just slide with you. Yeah, pull it back out. And this is what they were doing really well. Right, he had nothing, get off it. You have nothing, get off it. Keep the rock moving. You flow into another action, you slip. He beats his man. Ridiculous one-hand finish. And it was off a one-hand pickup, too. How does he beat him? Because Carter's there. Oh, he kind of jumps it because he's expecting this pitch. So he thinks, all right, there's going to be a ball screen. Let me just get into his body so he can skinny over. But because Shet doesn't set the screen, he just slips it. Now you're kind of out of position because you want to jam him, get into his body. Now he gets to burn you. Quick rip. Now he's coming off tight. That's a really far pickup too. That's ridiculous. And I can see Wemby actually wanted to help here. Yeah, he's trying to communicate. Yo, Fox, get up. Play two. I'm going to go. But look at where he's rotating from. A high position. Nothing he can do. And that's why if teams can, they have to get Wemby in this type of alignment. Where he's the weak high man. Where he's on the weak wing, so he's the high man. And this is a great situation because he's attacking early, so he's mid-communication, and it's happening right now. It's impossible because a lot of times, if he attacks any later, they're going to get that pre-switch off. He's low man. There's no There's no drive here. But even here on this weak side, why was there no help? Because they can see him driving, and they've been heavy in the gaps. Also, they're going to exchange. He's communicating that little pre-switch. He sees his man. He realizes, oh, all right, I'll stay high. And then by the time they're done communicating, he can't plug. He can't plug. Yeah, he's a little late to react. So Champagne wants to, but by the time he sees it, he really can't do anything. Big adjustment right here. Just assigning their bigs. Still can't believe it took them this long. 6 games before they realized maybe we should just go big. Oh shit. He's going to stick up, and great job here the way he's opening up. Send him towards help. Champagne's actually trying to communicate so he can take away the help. So he wants to drift. Now he's got to vacate. Great strip by Queso. This is why you got to shade him towards that side. It's all congested. The spur spacing is off. He's trying to empty out right now, but it's too late. He gets to pull in. Wemby actually just loses the rock on this drive. Yeah, it just slips out of his hands. Late reach. Now you get to leak. Push. Up fake. That was really nice. See that again? So he knows size disadvantage. Up fake. Euro. Open him up. And then finish back on that strong side. Oh my goodness. Because Carter Bryant's there. But I don't know if he expected him to finish back on the strong side. And that's kind of dangerous because Champagne's trying to measure the chase down. So now we got Shai back in. Cornet's back in. Quick Spain. No. They're going to that little misdirection where it looks like it, but he's actually just going to make a cut through. Oh, Wemby's right there. I didn't realize. I forgot they went double big. So they'll have him in the screening actions and keep Wemby low. That's really good. Because now you've at least got a big on Hartenstein, which they're afraid to do, and you get a low man in Wemby. He's going to cut through. They end up going to a drag. Misdirection really doesn't lead to anything, but again, a great flip here by Hartenstein. And now they're both out of position. He's coming off clean. He's got to veer it because he's completely clean here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Vassell did not expect it. And then what do we have here? Look at the bodies. High man pulled in, low man pulled in, pulling off strong. 4 players are concerned. Spray to the strong. You try to peel. He misses, but kind of dodged that. Oh, so Cornet actually couldn't stop his momentum. Yeah. Shai, little push. Now he's thinking, instead of stunting, I got to take the rock now, or it's a midi. And then right here, he can just peel off. Good awareness, but still a little late. It's still very dangerous, so really good read by Shai once you draw a 4. So now he's got Vassell. He's looking for an early drive. No ball screen. He probably made that same shallow through. He's on the strong side. He's on the weak, putting a body. He's playing off Queso. Gets to a spot. But it's Vassell. He's so good at defending. Push dribble. Looks like he's burned here because Shai's in his gather. He can actually help up, but he's going to stay low to take away this drive line, so he actually has to pull here. And he's able to get back in front. He elevates with Shai. That's pretty ridiculous. Shai usually shoots at that peak. Maybe it gives him enough time to get a high 5. So maybe a quick drag. Nothing happened. He fights over. Cool. Not sure what Queso was looking to do. Maybe bring Fox into the action. Again, Champagne's going to help off strong corner. He's going to pull in off the weak corner. So again, really good shell. He's able to hostage the fawn here. Now he's going to snake across. They switch. They do, but he's going to commit. So Fox takes the rock here. At the same time, Stefan's going to continue chasing. He turns, he sees 2, he actually sees 3. Lou lifts here, which is good because now you've got that line. Wemby's got to respect it. Good patience. Dang. Again, I mean, this is the second time where Stefan is kind of helping when Shai's already stuck. Because there was one at the nail where he was committed. Shai ends up getting the rock out and finding Caruso for a tray. And right here, you can just switch this. Right? You can just stay there. You stay. Peel off. Because Fox has this contained and we've got Wemby on this weak side. But he's continuing this pursuit. I get it. You come on his blind side and you have him stuck, but you're not getting the rock and you get burned for it. Because now even Carter Bryant, he's kind of overhelping too. Because you've got him contained. You don't have to be plugging that. He should be higher playing too, taking away these lines. Because if he's stuck and there's no line here and there's no line here, that's a really difficult line because Champagny can even read it. So he's kind of overhelping and then you kind of overhelp. Not sure what happened here. Brought Champagny into it. Then we've got this and this. So now you take him, you take corner. We're just going to push him? No, so you take him on that cut through. He's on Lou now. He's rolling. He's going to fill the weak corner. He's communicating to him. And now he's communicating to him. Yo, stay low to the ball. Provide support. I'll play 2 here. Step back. You live with that. That's fine. Not sure if he had to even load up here again. I feel like they're kind of overhelping by doing this. Because let's say he gets low. He can just sit right there anyway. Boxes and elbows. I don't know if he has to be this high. Because again, he's already at that spot. So just go to your man. Stay right there on that lane line. You stay at the elbow. Keep your shell compact. But even here, it's pretty good defense. Because you cut him off. He sees the help. You force him to a step back from deep. You play the percentages. Behind the arc is fine. Anywhere else, not fine. 6 on the clock, so really late. I believe he got a switch here. Small to small. Can't get the switch. So now he's going to try and beat him. Nail help. He stunts. Can't recover. Man, they are really trying to load up. And Shai's just going to pick you apart. Because unless Wemby is looking to rotate, that's an impossible recovery. The Cornet contest, he's hot. 11 on the clock. So he must have got this switch. He's still on queso. But look at this alignment. There's nothing Shai can do. And this is why I don't like 5-out against the Spurs. Especially when the Thunder should know after the 24 series against the Mavs. This doesn't work against teams with a lot of length or a one-man zone because regardless if Queso's in that weak corner or weak dunker, Victor's still going to cover all of this ground. And now you allow him to sit boxes and elbows. It's pretty much a box and one. He can attack there. It's plugged. They'll just stunt. And now you're all 4 of them are not threats. So just 1-4 flat on defense. Double dunk, double corner. Now he's forced to get off it. What are you going to do? He recovers. You stunt, plug that. You got to swing it now. Hot potato, peel, and look at where Wemby is. He's already in the paint, so if you beat this, he's there. You play rotation basketball. They're too good on the scramble. He plays 2. They rotate. He stays low. I just don't know. Fly by, midi, looking for a foul. Again, if he's taking a 2 and not a 3, you win, but what is he supposed to be here? You peel, he's low. You skip it, he's there. You swing it, he's there. You try attack, he's still in the paint. And then it's the same thing over. So now we've got a quick drag. So they definitely were bringing Champagne in. I guess you really have to attack Champagne because I've noticed Shai only likes attacking either Champagne or Fox or Dill Harp. And that's not even to say they're weak links. It's just if you compare them three to Bryant, Castle, or Vassell, that's really all he can attack. Because Castle, he's a lockdown. He's got players in straitjackets. Vassell, same thing. And Vassell's very bouncy. So he can get really good contests. So he really has no option here. Quick drag right at the 47. You force the switch. And great job here. Everybody's running wide. So now he can get an early attack on that clear side. Push dribble. You beat him. And what is Vic going to do? Look to flood it. Now he's there for the tilt. Drop off. But again, if you know Wemby's doing this. You've got to crack. And if they know from the Lakers series and throughout this series, Queso's been flashing in that strong dunker to beat the tilts. So you just have to pull off, and you got to shift and play too. And this is actually how the Thunder have been beating the tilts. Because now most times a player from the weak side doesn't want to pull in, even though he's second help here. Right? You shift here, you shift there, you crack Queso. But he's a little hesitant, and I guess he's actually not occupying the strong dunker right now. But you should be putting a body on him. There's no reason to be playing two like this. Because this is a very difficult skip over Wemby. So you don't have to hold this line. You've got to take away this, crack him. But now he gets the flash, you're late. And now Wemby's thinking, what are we doing? We know the coverages. We're going to flood. If he commits, we're going to full on tilt. You know they want to flash, strong dunker, put a body. And then he's got to be ready to X. So now he's got Carter Bryant on him. I believe that was his primary assignment. Stephon on him, makes sense. Switch 1 through 4. Put him on Shed, double big, that's fine. But you can just see right here, just no respect for the strong corner, upping his line, pulling high. Right at the nail, just loading heavy. And I can even tell Wemby's looking for that rotation. Because Chet's emptying out all the way to the corner, and he's really just lagging. He wants to stay so bad just in case. And I wonder if Shai's reading that. Because he has the 2-9. He actually doesn't even cleanse himself. This is 3 in the key. Clearly. Yeah, he doesn't get both feet out. It gets suspended here. But I don't think he 2-9 by the time Shai even made his move. Because right here now he's going to look to drive. But even here he's still... Yeah, they get away with that. But regardless, he settles from deep and you win. And it's an error. I've said this many times before. If Shai settles from deep on a step back, you live with it, make or miss. Because it's just not that great of a shot for him when he's so proficient at twos. And he actually commits. I just realized. Oh, so Mitch Johnson actually communicates the fire. So they want to send the hit here. But now you just end up overhelping because you've got Wemby here. He's plugging this. There's nowhere for Shai to go on his baseline. And he's going to be right here on his high side after his closeout. So you just committing just overhelps because now you've got support from the baseline. He's helping off strong corner. He's got him contained. You firing from the nail really just opens up this line. And that's a very dangerous line to give up because he just made 2 from up top. And he's wide open at that slot. So now you've got Champagne playing 3 on that backside. So if he rotates, swing, swing. If he stunts and falls, he's open. Again, rhythm shot, and he's already made 2. I don't know why they're sending 4 bodies. I really don't know. And their fires or their hits have been very random. So maybe Mitch Johnson didn't expect Wemby to make that rotation, but he's always looking to make those low rotations. Not sure what that's about. And even here, if he closes, swing. If he somehow closes, swing, swing, swing. It's a 3 swing, triple swing. Regardless, you win because he settles. Does he even see it, actually? No, he doesn't. He's just blind off. Yeah, he just doesn't see it. But this is what happens. Yep, this is what happens, though. So you send 4 to this strong side over helping. Guess what? Now you've got Champagne. He's compromised. He checks. He checks. He's got to take away 2 players here. 3 players. He could crash 2. So now he's going to crash. He's going to crash. And he could actually crash. Who's he supposed to put a body on? Wemby's looking to put a body on him. But because he's second help and Wemby's already pulled in, naturally he's going to look to put a body on him. Because he's second help. Now his man... He crashes. Wemby can't put a body, actually. So that air was pretty good. Butterfingers. Queso crashes because he doesn't put a body, so nobody can track their man. No contact. Wins it 50-50. Lob. That's also a really good read by Queso. As soon as he got this, immediate lob because he pulls up. So he brought in Stephon. Got a switch, I believe. Really doesn't matter. Both lockdowns. Either or can guard him. Now he's going to release. Actually looks to set another screen. Just to break pressure. Try and clip him. He's going to stunt. Fan. And great job here. Because he's looking to drift. So he has to respect it and fan back. And even here, good job by Shit. Take away Wemby. Great wheeling. Now you're deep corner. You vacate. Get to that weak dunker. And now you give Shai space. He checks his blind spot. He sees he's coming from the blind side. But now Wemby can't do anything. He's stuck because his man's going to drift here and fall behind. Yeah, because now he's on the inside, or I guess you can say the outside of this play. So there's really nothing Wemby can do. Now he's got all this space. Bump. Pull back. Still a really tough shot, though. Quick little stack out, I believe. So he screens for Hartenstein in this situation. Quick flash. Now we've got this stagger on this weak side. Handoff. Really good job here by Stephon. As soon as he sees it, good attach, lock, trail, deny it, no curl. And then let's see on this weak side. Early stagger, he point switches, but he actually doesn't switch. They switch this? No. Because even here, Dill Harp, really good job. Stay attached, fight over. So they blow both up. He's going to cut through empty. Now he's going to come all the way to the strong side. Juke. They veer. That's why you need a midi. My goodness. Yeah, him and Zayev built a connection. Very fast, too. I think they connected on a couple of these type of backdoors. Even here, really good veer. Yeah, his antennas were up. But the reason they don't like to have 1B veer is because now you've got Dill Harp trying to box out Hartenstein. So if he misses this soft and Wemby can't get a block, he's probably cleaning that up. How's he even get this over Wemby? Sidestep. Wow. 8 on the clock. Quick get off. Now he's looking to flash. Small to small. He's going to obviously slip it. He doesn't want the flash. But now you kind of take Wemby away because he follows him to the slot. Get to your spot. Just can't score on these Spurs. Especially Stephon. Step back. Against the Lakers, that's cash. Against Stephon, it's out of the glass. High off the glass, too. Quick push. Quick drag. Looks to be flipping it. No, he doesn't flip it. Let's see, so there's no drag. AG's waiting for the flip, I believe. Dilharp definitely doesn't want to concede the switch, so he's going to stay attached. Even here, Caruso's holding on to Stefan. So he realizes nothing happens, so he's just going to vacate. Stefan's saying, get off me. So let's see, he's going to vacate off the release, and right here, what does Zay do? Coming down. Let me just seal you. Try and create a lane. He gets blocked. Again, Stefan having him in a straitjacket. Just nowhere to go. Austin, that's 2. Stefan is blocked. And even here, this seal sucks because he's trying to get low and put a body, but he can just swim around that. So if in the rare instance, AJ does beat Stefan, it's still getting blocked. 9 on the clock. Let's see. Probably denied this curl, so now he's going to empty. But we play that orbital offense, and that's why you got to use Zay as the hub. And that's another reason why I was confused about why the Thunder weren't just using him. It's not just about his spacing issues and what he can provide on defense and even his score tots and his seals and the old boards. It's his hub play. It's the flow he generates off their screening actions. So now you get him on the pitch, come off, nothing, give and go, and that's what I was talking about, just the connection between the two already. He feels the rear view, what's he do? Hit him, immediate bounce. Yeah, nothing Dilharp can do. He tries to get it. Even here, Cornet tries to get a kickball. That's not even an easy finish. Full speed. By the time he picks it up, he's got to slow down, go off the right. It's still a soft touch. 17. Guard to guard, nope. He's going to flash. More elbow. 2-man game. Quick handoff. Nope. It's going to be the backside. Wide pin. Layoff. Rhythm dribble. Again, it's just Zay as the hub. And all they have to do is play off him. Great job here. Wide pin. He's up too. He's really showing even here. Fox is trying to stunt. But Penny just can't get back in front. Really low pickup. Kind of surprised here. Right at the 47. Because now he's coming down comfortably. Of course, they're going to go to that guard to guard. He's going to slip it, obviously. Burns him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, nothing Stefan can do here. He opens up. Maybe expecting it. And then here he's going to stay attached. Don't concede the switch. Stefan's actually there too. Because even though he opens up and Shai gets him on that first step, he's still there. And even here, he's going to pull off the strong corner. Provide support, stunt, and that actually forces Shai to pick the rock up here. And maybe because he feels the contact, I think he's trying to go inside, taking that inward step. The cutoff, Stefan's recovery line, feels the contact, and goes with the left. It's pretty ridiculous. Yeah. This was definitely best case scenario, making him take a tough shot. Because I'm pretty sure if he splits this and Cornet gets engaged, that's a drop off for a lob, because you can tell on this weak side, De'Aaron's definitely hesitant to crack. He should be cracking at this point because he's already pulled up. He's definitely got to crack that. But you can tell he's in two minds because he can see his man lifting at the same time. So they're really stressing this. The second help, the high man. So now he's calling it off. No small to small. But let's get our two-man game going. Sets it flat. Clip him. He's up. Looking to help, and I can already tell. So he's waiting for that gourd taut. That's why he's looking to hostage. On this weak side. Good job here by Lou. He's looking to cut through, take away the nail help. so that when he's coming off, he's got this line. But Fox actually wants to stay because he also knows what's about to transpire. So he's looking to communicate to Champagne, yo, you take Lou as he empties out to that strong side. I'll just stay, provide support, so he's not coming off clean. But he's actually not looking to cut through. So he's actually looking to set a pin in on Champagne, and that makes sense because while this doesn't make sense, it would make sense if Isaiah Joel holds the weak corner, because now you set that pin in on Champagne. If he's going to hold this spot and help off high, when Shai's coming off, now he's got that line, he can't rotate, he'd be late because I don't think he'd see it. But he ends up lifting here, and Fox sees him. Because right here he scans, checks his blind spot. All right, you're here. All right, cool. I think he checks again too. So now he takes one more subtle peek in his peripheral. So he knows Joe is here. And you can actually see, so now when he's coming off, now he doesn't have this line. Because you can see the pin-in's right here. You sit there, it's a spray, they're late. But now by sitting here, he gets to stay here. He stunts for free. He gets to strip. He has no line. You get called for a 3 in the key. So there's a lot of things that went wrong. And this is why weak side spacing is important. Because once Shai gets here, if he knows Fox is here or he sees it, and he sees you in the corner and he sees that pin in, he's firing that. You're getting burned for this. But because you lifted and now he's actually looking to drift. So he realized, nope, should have held it. Now he's got to vacate because his pin in amounted to nothing. So now that's all off. They get to stay where they're at. And once he gets stripped, look at this. They can fan back out to their man. And Shai stuck. That's the only line, but even this Gortat wasn't great. So this is about the third time where Hartenstein was looking for a seal, trying to use his back, and he can't really get a body on Wemby. So Wemby's able to just swim around and just stick up. Shai did everything right here, though. He comes off, he's clipped, he's patient, keeps him hostage, go inward, cut him off his recovery line, keep him on his hip, and now he's got everything set up. But now the others have failed him. You can't get the Gortat, your spacing's off, there's no lane, he gets stripped, he's stuck. And fortunately he has this line because for some reason Stephon is ball watching when he doesn't have to be. He's actually pulling in, but he actually can't do anything here because this is the line Shai's taking. All he has to do is follow this lift. Because what is he supposed to do here? He's pretty much on the outside of this play because he was on that strong side, but now he's technically on that weak side. Just take away this line. Because once he picks it up and picks his head up and sees I can't make anything here, if you're there, you deny that. He's stuck too. They still get, and he was actually going to shoot that. Because he bumps, he scans, nothing here. And he was actually going to go for a turnaround right here. Then he realized, oh, he's open. So he does have a line. But then he gets called for 3 in the key. And Shai's sick. Because he knows the spacing was terrible. And again, that's why weak side spacing is important. 15 on the clock. I think it was a quick drag with Queso. Get Stephon off him. Get the early switch, which is really good. Flow into your two-man game. Flare him off. Tween. And Hart just hit a double flip. Because he's going to flip it right here. But he's opening up, so what's he do? Flips this way, sets it flat. Shai sets him up. Tween, cross. Now you're cleaned up. And he's really up here. This is more of a show than a drop because it's Wemby. He's so long he can actually contest this. So it looks like a drop, but it's not. Up fake, hezzy. Can't bite on that though. Because if Shai comes off and he's looking to pull that, you're going to live with it. But he bites. Push dribble, get to your spot. Yeah, he recovers really fast because he bites, but he's back on his feet. Shai with a push, inward angle. I think he thinks he's got Wemby beat here because by the time he gathers and picks his head up, he's right here. But I think he realizes, nope, I don't. Even here, Wemby just collapses on him. And he gets a block. Quick stack out between Lou and Shai. Get Stephon off him. Get the switch onto Champagny. Instead of flashing to the wing, he'll just cut through this way. So catch it at the elbow, and that was actually dangerous. Because he's kind of cutting back here to take a better angle, but then Champagny gambles and almost gets that. And even here, AJ could have just hit strong corner because Wemby's all the way pulled in. But he catches, gambles, now he's out of position. Got him on his hip, bump, right in that pocket. It's a really good job by Shai. Because Wemby, even though he has him on his hip and hostage, if he tries to drive, obviously he's pulling in. He's not even concerned about Lou here. He's pulling in, keeping a compact shell, and he knows Wemby's just going to commit. And that's why he's pulling in, because he wants Shai to make a decision. You drive, I'm taking it, so you better kick it out. But he just stops right here in that pocket to where they can't help. Get a stop, push the rock. Yeah, so Stephon can't get matched up with him, so he communicates, yo, take him. Which is fine. 31-5 on the clock, though. Kind of a cross match because in this lineup, Shai's either attacking Fox or Champagny, preferably. So he's definitely looking to attack early, and I think right here, he's just kind of reading the low man because he knows Wemby wants to rotate. They actually send the hit here, which does make sense, actually. Oh, so Mitch Johnson actually communicates that he sees it. And even here, Vassell, he's communicating it to Stephon. I get why, because I think they know he wants this shot, especially because he's got this matchup, and they're looking for a 2-for-1, and end of quarter, it's going to be him. So this one does make sense, because their hits are quite random. He pretty much orchestrates all of them, and he'll just pretty much send it whenever. But right here, Caruso does the right thing. He's actually just going to flash. So it's almost like he knew. So maybe he sees Stephon looking for the hit signal, and now he knows, all right, that's my sign to flash, because they have found these pockets, middle, especially him. Touch pass, swing, and he finds Tracy from the corner, and you keep the hot hand hot. And the issue with this is they've been pulling high and upping this line off the strong corner. So once he touches paint here, you're done, because he's in no man's land. He was looking to load to the ball. Tries to fan, can't, he gets burned for it. But I don't even know if the Spurs have to do this. And I didn't expect them to send hits at all because, first off, they're not the Lakers. The Lakers had to send hits. They were either switching and firing or just full out sending and just selling right there at the 47 because they don't have players that can defend Shai. But the Spurs have 4 lockdowns. You can trust your perimeter defenders. And in worst case scenario, you've got a one-man zone. So if you just sit in the gaps and not actually commit a hard double, man up, you get beat for some reason playing aggressively, he'll clean it up. He's going to cover all this space on this backside. So they don't have to be concerned. And that's kind of why I'm confused why they even do this. Because all you're doing is conceding 2 on the rock and putting yourself in rotation unnecessarily. The only time they should be putting 2 on the rock is when Shai breaks him down, touches paint, and he forces the rotation. Unless he forces it, there's no need. Obviously, this situation is a little different, but they have been sending hits, and I just don't know why. And I also feel like they got a lot of reps doing this or playing against the hits from the Lakers series because they weren't that great to start, but they got better. And now they're even more prepared playing against the Spurs because they found middle a lot. All right, start of the third. Probably quick entry on the wing. Oh, so they definitely got a switch here. Now they just got to look for it. He's trying to deny. He can't. He gets burned. He's going to show. Tries to race him. He can't. But now he's going to slip. So now he's out of it. He's out of it. He's diving. Lowell man is preoccupied with Shed here. So he's not looking to leave his body. And then at the same time, we've got this lift. So Champagne's really stressed here. Because even if you take this and he somehow recovers, you can probably hit him on that throwback as he's running and filling behind. But Vassell actually can't do anything here. Guess not because he's getting held. So he's engaging him. 17 on the clock. Could have been a quick drag. And then get him to switch. But regardless of who's matching up with Shai here, the Spurs are comfortable with either Castle or Vassell. It's on his clear side. But now we've got AJ. So he's cutting through. Emptying out. And instead of following, Champagne's just going to pre-switch with Fox. So you follow him on a standing green. At the same time, Lou does the right thing too. So now he's going to look to cut through and empty out because he wants to take away this nail help. Because obviously Stefan's going to load to the ball. Load up heavy. And he's actually communicating it right here. Telling Champagne, yo, you just take him. I want to stay high. And what is Lou looking for again? That pin in. But I can see Shet lifting here. So same as Isaiah Joe, he just has to hold deep corner. Because by lifting now, you're just naturally going to the same line that Stefan's at. So he just has to sit deep corner. He sets it on that angle. Now he can't recover. He can't rotate back to his man. And Shai can hit the skip. But there's definitely a lot going on. Shai actually just tries to attack. Sidestep. Couldn't get anything better. Even here, he's looking for a seal. But this is exactly why I don't need to send hits when I've got Vassell and Castle. They can lock Shai down. These are really good defenders. Great contest again. Every time one of these two have been guarding Shai, he hasn't gotten a clean look in the mid-range. 20 on the clock. Clear side, everybody run wide. Not sure if he's going to look for a drag. No, he doesn't even want it. Bump, fade. And again, when Shai's missing twos, you know you're playing really good defense. Because he almost never misses these right here. Bump. Try to create space. He actually almost steps on Vassell's foot right here. Trying to take a long lunge to create as much separation as he can. And even here, Wemby gets a contest. This is a little bit forced. So he had to put a little bit more arc. But you can see when you have Vassell or Castle just manning up for the most part, you can get stops. And now you can also deny the pass and not be in a scramble. So he must have got a switch here. Can't recall how. But regardless, he's got Fox. So obviously, Champagne's probably loading up, stunting, looking to plug that. He saw it. Quick swing. Now he's looking to close out. Recover back to his man. And Lou actually fumbles a rock here. And now he goes right, which is very rare. And I think Champagne kind of does the right thing because he closes out to where he's looking to send Lou left because most times KYP, that's where Lou's looking to attack. But I think because he fumbles a rock, He had no choice but to go right. So now he actually can open up Champagny by attacking that lead. Now Fox tries to stunt, but he doesn't want to be overly aggressive because of Shai, but this is all kind of awkward because Shai just doesn't provide spacing here. So now on his weak side, he was sitting strong dunker. He's looking to vacate, obviously. Empty out to that weak corner. And what is Wemby going to do? He's going to pull in, tell Stephano play two. Escape dribble. He sees two sprays. He finds Tracy. But I don't think this is the right thing from Castle. Because instead of playing two, he actually jumps out to shit. So he's denying this pass to the weak wing instead of just playing two. And if you're going to do this and deny one of them, it's got to be Caruso, especially in the corner because he's been frying. His heater's been ridiculous. So now even though you deny that, you give up this. And now he's late on that X. So quick push, two behind. Castle's going to communicate. I can't pick him up. Yo, Penny take him. That's pretty good for Shai, though, because, again, he wants to attack anybody named Champagny or Fox. Pretty much anybody but Vassell or Castle. And even right here, you can tell Wemby's got his antennas up because he's communicating it. So he knows if Shai sees this, he's definitely looking for an early attack. So he's got to be ready. And I think that's why he's communicating. Yeah, he's telling Castle, yo, instead of him picking up shit here, just take him. Because he's trailing anyway. He's ready to pull in. He actually attacks, splits, drop off. Quick punch. I actually don't think Castle hears him. Because he doesn't acknowledge it at all. He kind of checks here, though. In his peripheral. I'm pretty sure he sees shit in his blind spot. And they have numbers. I just realized they've got two back. I didn't even see Lou. Lou's not even in frame. So you've got five back. And that's actually crazy that Shai attacks because if he gets stuck, there's no help. He's in the corner. He's not really set yet. You've got two trailers. He attacks anyway because he's thinking Wemby isn't there. Maybe he sees that gap, which does kind of make sense, but let's see. Quick burst, dip your shoulder. Champagny sliding with him though. And even here, he's going to pull off, stun. And he actually forces, or they both force Shai into an early pickup. And now on this step, he's actually greeted by Wemby. So he should be stuck here. So really, no, because now they're back. So even if he jumps, he can still hit them. So maybe that's what Castle was seeing. Maybe he saw Lou trailing and he's thinking, all right, if I'm matching up with Lou, he's so behind on the play, I don't have to worry about him. But maybe he doesn't see this. Even though he's in a position to play two, you got to take away this and give up this trail tray. But I just don't think he knows. Maybe that's what he was seeing, if I had to guess, because otherwise he's just ball watching. And even here you can see Wemby's body language. He's saying, really? Drops his head. What are we doing? And they've been getting killed for some issues with details. Some ball watching, some old boards. He's going to push. And now he's telling Champagny, yo, you don't need to take him. I've got him. Take the trailing Caruso. But now he's actually going to look to attack because if you're going to look to scram that and get a switch, now you're giving me the sideline. Now he's relaxed. He can't help. He would be late, I think. You get to your spot. to give up a dunk. Actually, Wemby got there really fast. Again, it's Wemby. What am I talking about? Why am I surprised? Still covers so much ground. Because it looks like he's late. Shai's right here, about to get to a spot by the time he even decides to go. Or by the time he even goes. And even here, Castle. He's now getting matched up. And Shai thinks, oh, I can beat him. And I can beat Wemby. But he can just slide with him. And they're both there. I mean, just too elite. But now that you've got 2 on him. And you've got 4 out. Now you got to try and put a body. They both don't know where Shed is. And give him a cleanup. So now we've got Castle. Champagne's actually point switching with Vassell, so I assume Vassell was matched up with Caruso. And Shed was probably setting a flare. Because he's behind, try to cheat. He said, no, we can just point switch that. But now you're behind on this ball screen. And even here, Castle has no idea where it's coming from. Shai sets him up with an in and out. Wow. He opens up, and now there's no way he can recover. Now you're late. He tries to cheat. He beats you. You stunt. Fan. He's there. Oh my goodness. Off the goofy too. Giant killer. Ridiculous arc on that. But right here. So Wemby was actually on that strong side. But he was reading it the entire time. Right here. Even a decent recovery by Vassell. Because he's really behind on this. So Shai's looking to attack it. He kind of beats him. But then great job here by Champagny. Of course, what is he going to do? He's going to pull off the strong corner, stunt, and fall. And even here, Wemby, he's reading that. So really good job because Vassell kind of recovers. Champagny stunts. You force Shai into an early pickup. He's forced to go off his right, so it's a goofy finish. And Wemby's even there. But he just gets it over him. And it's all net. That's just ridiculous. So now we've got 14 on the clock. Shai, Bryant, cool. And right here, not sure how they're matched up. But Wemby's actually telling Castle, yo, take him. Which would make sense because small to small. So why would he follow that? And he's usually assigned to Caruso anyway. So he wants to stay low man. Guard to guard. He's low man. Why are you not following? Now they're both kind of confused. And Castle's actually pointing at him. So maybe he's telling him, no, you take him. But it would make a lot more sense if he takes him. Because I'm pretty sure McCain's either looking for a ghost into a flare, which is that little misdirection they like, or he's going to go, set the screen, get the switch, then slip and get flared off. Regardless, it's small to small. Just go. But now he's going, he decides to attack, draws 2, hit him on a throwback, and he threes it. For no reason. And even here, now he's deciding to go, but it's already too late. Because I think Shai reads Wemby going up. So he's thinking, all right, if you're going to leave the paint, I'm going to go. And because he kind of beats Bryant, emergency leg and show. Vassell doesn't want to get out. He can't get out in time. And you burn for it. Again, it's just the details. Something as subtle as this and as easy to fix as this, where you just have to switch it. You take, I stay low, no issues. But because of this indecisiveness by Castle, you get burned for it again. So I think Shai drove. And then Carter Bryant was obviously trying to stay attached. Wemby probably pulled off that strong corner. Swung it. Now Harp's in a closeout. He stays flat. Jab. Nothing. Swing. Swing. Go into his body. And tough finish. And he just bypasses this first pass and swings it 2 passes away. And I think this is the second time I've seen him do that. Because he's reading Wemby and knowing that Wemby likes to help a lot. So now if you just bypass this one and just hit him here, he's got to close out. And now McCain gets to attack. And he gets to attack his lead. And now he can't open up. So he's forced to spin. And most times, Wemby can recover by doing this. Where he can just do a 360 when he can't open up. But right here, McCain does the right thing. Go into his body. Long step. Get him under the rim. Tough finish. Just picking up 94. No airspace. Right here. They want to get that ball screen. So what does Vassell do? Just get into his body. Try and push him out. Oh my goodness. But they still get it. Boom. And Brian doesn't even see it. Because he's just trying to hound Shai here. He just gets cleaned by that flat. And because Vassell was staying hugged and trying to push him off his spot, now he's not in a position to switch. Wemby's forced to show strong. He peels. It's not that bad of a flyby, actually. Because he just gets cleaned right there. And he knows Wemby, regardless of him getting clean or not, Wemby's going to show. So it ends up being a peel. And I like that he's just committed. Because he could just give up on a play right here, but he knows, nope, extra effort. Not bad at all. 18 on the clock, quick drag, hezzy, they both jump. So what's he do? Reject, get downhill, pretty good recovery, and at the same time, good job here by Lou. He's going to cut through empty, take away this nail. And Vassell is actually just going to point switch. Yo, Fox, take him. Let me stay here. And obviously he's going to pull off that strong corner. And even here, because Fox knows that as he's emptying, he's going to be the low man in this situation, not Dill Harp. So what's he do? He's going to lag, stay right in that lane. So now he's there. Good job by Dill Harp. He cracks. So they've done everything right. But now you've got 4 in the paint. Hit him on that shake. Short miss. Gets the 50-50. Swing back up top. And he trays that. I mean, they did everything perfectly here. Maybe Vassell could be a little more aggressive, but it is a little difficult. Because maybe it's Joe. I don't know. They've been helping off that strong corner all series, so I don't see why not. Or maybe because he knows he's there. So no need. Let me just little stunt, fall back, trust my low man. And Shai makes the right read. And even here, good job by Queso. Great shake. 2-way. That's not even a bad closeout either. But then right here. So now you leave Dort. He vacates. And then he's not in position to get to it. That's pretty unlucky, honestly. A few of their O-boards, actually, where the Thunder have converted, have been pretty unlucky long bounces. So 13 on the clock. Must be a quick drag. I can see an exit right here. Dort doing what he does, setting pin-ins and exits. Clips him. He's kind of up. So he's showing. Gortat. He stunts. Drift. Seams. And finds Tracy from the corner. That was really well executed. So he's waiting here because he got clipped. Good job by Shai. What's he do? Hostage. Cut off his recovery line. Keep him on your hip. Allow that Gortat to transpire. And even right here, Caruso's actually very late because he's allowing Champagne to just stun for free. So he's able to just plug this really low. And now there's no Gortal lane for Shai. But he actually kind of gets Champagne on his pass fake. Right there. So he kind of reaches. Now he's fanning out wide. And that allows Caruso to drift. Even though it's late, he gets a lot of separation because by the time he turns around, uh-oh, I can't make it. And now you give him a great look. And he gets the seam in rhythm in the spot that he's been killing him. 18. So obviously guard to guard. Whenever small to small, what does Shai looking to do? Get a hunt. He wants him early. And look at Stefan. Just holding on for dear life. Hanging on to Shai by his jersey. You're not getting loose. Hell no, you're not getting that switch. Oh my goodness, he's not allowing him to move. Doing whatever it takes, and even here, Fox, he's going to jam McCain. No screening angles. I'm not allowing it. So now they avoid that. He reaches, doesn't get it. Quick push, peel. One hand pickup. Oh my goodness. Forget a hunt. He can just get a bucket. So they avoid that. No mismatch. Even right here. Fox. Oh my goodness. He gets a hand on it. But somehow, McCain doesn't lose the rock. He's able to keep it in his hand somehow and prevent it from going over and giving up a run out. Not sure how. And now he recovers it. Now because he gambled and didn't get it, he's behind. Inward step on the push dribble. Does the right thing, he peels. Wemby actually doesn't commit strong here. Not sure why. This might be the first time where I've seen Wemby respecting that strong corner. So now I give him a line. Not sure why they have two on the rock here. Maybe one of them got cross-matched with Hartenstein. Set a drag. But regardless, they could just switch it, no? There should never be two on the rock here. But he obviously releases. Hits him on the short, and now he just has to play make 3-on-2. And I think Wemby was actually on Shed here, so he was the high man. But obviously he's telling Champagne, no, you get up. I'm going to get low because he wants to be the low man. But right here, Vassell's going to take the rock. Wemby's already there, though. He's playing 2. Now you peel off late. You give a closeout. Sidestep. And this is why you need players that can get to their spots. Middies are too important because right here, if he tries to get to the rim, you're blocked. Even though you have this line, Wemby's blocking that. Just get to a pocket. But right here, I'm pretty sure Vassell should be peeling off onto Chet. Champagne can fall back to Queso. And Vic can just take the rock because why are you concerned about him driving when you've got 2 here? By the time you realize you have to peel, you give a closeout. You're trying to stop your momentum. You're beat, sidestep, and there's nothing you can do now. And even here, if they really wanted to, Queso could actually just cut backdoor. And if he takes it, because he's so high, he's getting downhill float. And then right here, as he attacks, if he doesn't want this midi, because he has to crack down on that, because Wemby's in a position to help, you got this lift, so you can spray it. Now we've got a curl, deny it, good job even here. Wemby, he's going to back off just a bit. I'm sure there's no cut or backdoor. Now he's going to empty out, everybody's going to lift, give him space. At the same time, another DHO on that strong side. Even here, Vassell tries to reach, can't get it, but he is able to get his arm through. So it goes over, and Wemby is showing here. Yeah, this is kind of difficult for Wemby because he's got to play 2 here. Vassell's behind the play, so he has to help contain the rock, but his man has this free roll line on the clear side with no help, so he can't fully commit. He's got to try and play too, and that's why you can see he's not as aggressive as he could be. And now once he sees, alright, I've deterred that, I can get back to my man. But then right here, because Castle had to lag and show in the lane just to provide support in case Wemby retreats, you give up this line. Quick spray, can't recover. Just jamming him. No airspace. And right here, we've got double big. So obviously, Kornet's assigned to him. Wemby's assigned to Caruso. That just looks awkward because they both want to be the low man. Jab, open up, nothing. Quick pitch. He's late. They don't switch. You rotate. You're late. You get killed with a float. I mean, first off, this is bad, but this is worse. So you're running double bigs. He's 2-9ing here. But why is he making the rotation? Why is this not Wemby? Because even though he's assigned to Caruso, he always wants to be the one making the low rotation. Maybe because he's so used to communicating with his guards when he's the high man, which in this case he is, or the second help. He probably doesn't think to tell Kornet that, but he should be the one making the rotation. Kornet put a body on Hartenstein and be ready to play too. Because now when Kornet's making it, he just sits here on this weak side. You don't get any value out of it because, again, it's Kornet compared to Wemby. Now Wemby he's the one putting a body, right? So it should have been the opposite. But even right here, why did they not switch that? Even here, why is he so unprepared for that pitch? You get burned that easy, you don't want to switch, you want to stay hugged. And then he's even late. Because he was about to 2-9 again because Hart's snitching on him, telling him, yo, that's 3 in the key. But he gets suspended here because he's looking to drive. And even here, all of a sudden, they're scared to pull off that strong corner. Not even really stunting. 13 on the clock. Pretty much the same situation. Double low man. Kind of awkward again. Not sure who's the one that wants to make the rotation. The only difference is Vassell's on him and Fox is in the corner. Rip. Attack. And so now we've got Kornet again. Why is he the one that's helping? Instead of Wemby. Because now Wemby is trying to put a body on Hart. He gets sealed. He lifts. Turns into a pin-in almost. Not really, but semi. Guess the line kind of works out because, again, Hart's been struggling on his seals against Wemby. He contains it. There's nothing. Pull out. Quick pitch. He's in that drop. No, they don't want to switch it. Stunt. He shows. A lot just happened. So right here, Hart's actually looking to flash on his weak side. So Kornet actually has to follow him. And that's why they have both bigs out of the paint. So if he actually got to the rim, it would have been over. And the reason he has to follow this flash is because if McCain sees it and he swings it immediately, it's a quick chase, he's coming off clean, and he wouldn't be ready for it. So it's actually a good thing. But then right here, he slips. He also doesn't want to commit to the rock because he's concerned about this pop. So now both bigs are out of the picture. McCain, push dribble, good stunt by Fox there because he actually gets it stripped. So now on this pickup, McCain doesn't really have control. And at the same time, Chet's very late to vacate from that strong dunker. He should be looping around right here so that Champagny has to respect it. But by just sitting here, Champagny can show, Vassell can recover, and gets a block. So let's see, Quick SOB, curl him. Pretty much a UCLA, but he's doing it with his butt. You can even call it a Bazemore. He's going to catch it on the baseline. Let's see. So he commits, and at the same time, I can see Wemby. Full on sprint, tilting that. So you send 3. Oh my goodness. Great job. Early get off, cross court. No extra. But why? If you see him committing and he's got a peel from that strong side, why? Just extra that. He can't recover. He's very late. He's fully committed. You allow him to get away with the flyby. Again, early hit. But look where Jay Will is. Right in that pocket. So now he catches and he's already middle. Now you just got to read it. Stefan's going to pull in. Quick swing. Wide. And they dodged that. But again, you're giving up way too many good looks. And they've all been shooting well. That's the issue. He kind of gambles too, so now he's wide. Can't really recover. 15 on the clock. I think he was looking for a hunt. Small to small. Quick little two-man game. Maybe didn't get it. Still running double big, and even right here, he's telling Dill Harp, yo, you take shit. I'll take Caruso in a dunker because he wants to be the low man. So they got double bigs to protect the paint, and I think the reason for that is because there has been some instances where their big has been on the strong side. And so in order to prevent that, just put both of them in. Now, one can help in that strong side, you can help in that strong side, and then you also have a low man ready on that weak side. So you can both just help off. But I assume that's why. And then here, it's going to load up. High line, quick rip. Late peel, and again, this is why you need a midi. Middies are so important for this reason. Because again, he's going to help off strong. He's even pulling in. He's going to pin his own. You've got that spray to the deep corner. But right here, goes inside with that inward step. And now you cut him off his line. He's forced to peel. And because he has a midi, he can stop right in that pocket. 7 on the clock. Yeah, they definitely got an early switch because he's got Champagne on him. And they're just going to load up. Plug that. You can see Caruso does the right thing. He knows it. Flashes. So now he's got a middle. Shet's in that strong dunker. He's looking to vacate. He was going to flash to the ball. Vic is communicating to Vassell, I think. Yo, get back to your man. Quick pitch. He's behind. They don't switch because he's looking to get back to his man. And now he's fully vacated. And now he's in that weak dunker. But now Wemmy's forced to rotate. He's got to put a body on Shet. And all while that's happening on this weak side, he gets a free lift. Gives him a line. That's a beautiful pass. Off the dribble. Right into a quick swing with the left. Just blend it. Catch. Shot pocket. Late close, and it's a 4-point play. And it's all because of this right here. Again, just flashing middle. Caruso just doing the right thing. Whether it's a hit or the way they're just in the gaps against Shai, he's finding the spots to exploit the Spurs defense. So they get matched up. Cool, Champagne, quick drag. Yeah, they want to get that switch again. He stays attached. He ghosts it. Saying calm down. We've got 15 on the clock. Now come. Bring him up. Let's see this. So they concede it. Good switch though. Now he's ready to help. Attack, nothing. Again, he's going to pull off strong. He's going to load. And all while that's happening, you can see Wemby. What's he going to do? He sees it. Good job to vacate here. They'll follow. You play too. He communicates it. Now he's ready to flood that. And now you got 4 on that strong side. And again, if you force Shai into a step back from deep, you win. So even though he got the switch he wanted, you're successful because you've got 4 here. And instead of getting off it, he looks for that. No switch. 13. Straight ones here. Even here, Queso getting all the way to that strong side. Fox, he sees it now. Oh, I gotta follow. Now I got a single side. He's getting all the way to the corner. Tries to beat him. Good stunt. And even here again. Look at Wemby. As soon as he 2-9s, I'm there. So there's really nothing Shai could do but take this step back right there. Because he stunts. He's still there. And Wemby's there to greet him. But again, look at the contests that Vassell gets against him. He stops any other player's beat if they're on that back foot. But he's able to stop, use it as an anchor, and still push off and meet Shai at the top of his jumper. 14 on the clock. Castle's back in. I'm pretty sure he's Shai's primary defender as he's been all series long. So McCain must have got him a drag. Got the switch onto Vassell, but regardless, both of them can handle him. So it really doesn't matter. And I like this alignment. Side of 3, single side with a shooter. So now he has to second guess if he wants to pull off. So he's actually going to kind of respect it. And right here I can see it. So they're going to send the hit. And immediately what does Caruso do? Flash right there. And now he's middle. Advantage basketball. Wemby's got to play too because do you want to take the rock or are you concerned about this float or potential drop off? Because if he commits that drop off, he's late to crack because he's really high here. So now he's in no man's land and he actually just smokes the float. I don't think Vassell even gets a hand on that. He just literally smokes it. And that's a rare situation or rare instance where they've got Wemby in no man's land where he just doesn't know what to do. Because most times he's committed to something. And he's actually not committed to anything and you just miss a great opportunity to score. He's saying slow it down, even McCain. Vet status. Slow it down, we're good. We're up 10 right now, 2:35 to go. Find your best player, execute. And right here, we've got Vassell on Shai and Castle on McCain, so maybe that was the assignments. Regardless, it doesn't matter because both of them are very good against Shai. And right here, I was going to say, I can tell by the way Fox is positioned, he sees it, definitely being told, yo, send the hit. And as soon as he goes, what does Caruso do? Alright, I'm going to flash. I don't know why he's going so wide, though. Because can't he just hold this pocket? Quick throw over top. Maybe not. Then even right here, pocket. Because this is very soft by Fox. He's kind of just going through the motion right now. But then I guess Champagny is reading it. So he's poaching. But now you're susceptible to the skip. So what does Shai do? He reads it. You want to take that away? Cool. You can't recover. Trays. And that's pretty much a dagger. Up 13. Right before garbage time. And so this actually works out because he would have had to catch it all the way out here. And even Vassell does a good job jamming him, so it would be a very difficult bounce. He'd have to catch it right about here. He can close. But I'm pretty sure that should be Vic's rotation because now look how stressed Champagny is. He's got to take that and that. He's trying to communicate, yo, take him. Actually, I understand why he doesn't want to leave. Because if he makes this rotation, now Hart's open on that weak side. Stefan's got to put a body and crack him. And that's probably going to be an O-board. So he definitely doesn't want to leave the paint. Trust Champagny to get a flyby. It's just very late. Even right here, that's very aggressive. Stefan's really putting a body. No O board for you. But that was pretty much the game right there. And I just don't think the Spurs have to continue doing this. Unless you have to put two on Shai when he touches paint or something, and you've got to collapse on him, and now in rotation, cool. But if you don't have to be in rotation, don't be in rotation. Don't send two. I don't know what the numbers are, but Vassell has been locking him up. I'm pretty sure. I have to look at the defensive field goal percentage, but from what I've seen, he's done a very good job on Shai, even Castle. So you can continue sitting in the gaps. Don't overhelp. Trust your low man. Trust your alien to cover all that backside. If you get beat, cool. But unnecessary to do all this and put yourself in rotation for no reason and give up all these open looks to the others who've shown throughout the Lakers series and now this series that they can make shots.